Good day and welcome to another slow and steady video here on the channel. My name is KT and today is Trucking Tuesday, heading to Hamburg for our last drop of the year. You might remember for the last episode, I didn't know whether I was going to go on for a live stream, to be fair, but no, we ended up live streaming SnowRunner, which I hadn't done in like 2 months. And you can see on the signpost there, Hamburg straight over, so I'm just going to check this left mirror as we indicate out. No traffic there on the left. Pop it across, get the foot down, and yeah, it's we're rocking the containers now because last time we've done a lot of the trailers. We had the Gigaliner, that was quite cool. We also had the car transport trailer, which we didn't rock for very long because of some of the drops were a bit sort of, I don't know, in my humble opinion, they weren't thought out particularly well. But no, it's always great to be back on this game. Graphical update, of course, we've had recently. And I still stand by my original video. I do think that there has been some compromise on the... Let's just check this left out here. Waffling away. I do think there's been some compromise on the mirrors and on some of the details of the truck. But overall, though, it looks way, way better. So I think, to weigh up left and right, I think, it lands in a good place. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this game really goes next year. We've had it on the table for, what, 5 years now? Or it feels like 5 years. The PC, I'm sure the PC come out sooner. But the container here, of course, we did have the fuel trailer as well. That was good. But some of the drops do get quite repetitive because the fuel trailer is obviously, well, it's fuel stations, but there's no real interaction with the hooking the pipes up or the pumps up. You just open and close a flap back there, well, back on the fuel trailer. And some of the car trailer drop-offs as well were sort of didn't make a lot of sense because you were pulling up at a loading bay with a bunch of cars on the back. So, but overall I do think this game has has stood the test of time, and little to no bugs really to speak of, and a really enjoyable experience. And I had fun with it this year, I've got to say. I don't know if this one is going to drop off at some point. We also spoke about Alaskan Road Truckers as well. Again, terrific IP, yeah, it's a good time to be a trucker, isn't it? Here on the channel, really enjoying it, and I really appreciate you guys for sticking around. Of course, we've also got the motorbikes on the Biking Sunday, and the horses and Wild West on the Wednesday, and that keeps me really happy. It's a nice blend, and yeah. Crikey, are we really like less than 2 weeks out from Christmas now? I don't know. What are you getting for Christmas? As an adult, I suppose we buy most things now, that we want. If we do want something, you can generally, well, if you're lucky enough, go out and get it. We just live in this world now, don't we? Where God, back when I was a kid, now I used to get one big present. And that was it. Like, might get some sort of stocking fillers or annuals or books, or let's just look for this Hamburg, straight on over for Hamburg. So we'll just keep following our nose down the highway. But yeah, we also used to get like an apple and an orange as well. Which is quite sweet, really. I do look back on it as sort of nice, sweet, innocent times. A big roaring fire in the living room, and that would be the warmest room in the house, to be honest. Nice little bus going by there. Of course, a few bus games coming out next year as well. So we've got this left lane is going to close up. You can see it there on the left. So I think we will move over to the right. Checking our mirror. We're good to go. Let's get across. But yeah, the road signs here all pretty readable. It's a shame, I've said it before, that we haven't got that talking sat nav just to help us through some of those junctions, because they do get a bit confusing. But one thing about this game is that it does get quite repetitive, the roads. I mean, I don't mind the big long roads. This is the difference between heavy cargo. Just going to watch this lane a second. Heavy cargo is quite windy and doesn't have these big kind of, you know, autobahns or big freeways, which, you know, I really enjoy. You know, to settle back and just enjoy the drive is an absolute pleasure. Look at that blue sky there. The heavy cargo is also looking pretty good, and we're going to be covering that on Trucking Tuesday. So this right lane is now closing up, so we're okay here. Get on those brakes. They're braking, look. But it's very playable, and of course we've got those big... Oh, we've got to come out here as well. That bus is a way off, so we'll have that a second. A fuel station there. But yeah, beautiful sunny day, and you can see these amount of trees here is really lovely. I think we'll stand by our fuel. We're okay. Over half a tank. Fuel's been pretty good actually. We haven't needed to fuel up in the last couple of episodes. Caught that bus, crikey. It's a bit rough, wasn't it, on the turning? But yeah, bus games as well are plenty next year, and not ready to delve into buses yet. Still waiting for... It's the trouble. See, you know, I've been talking to a few different people about, like, you know, you should cover buses, you should do buses, and or coaches, of course. You know, we got Fernbus as well. Fernbus is a, you know, is a big game, and I own it as well. I don't know why I just couldn't gel with it. Just you know, so I appreciate people, you know, putting in the comments about Fernbus, and being a coach driver as well. You know, it makes sense that I should be all over that, really, but I'm just not feeling it. I think, in a funny kind of way, I wonder whether real truck drivers play truck games, and I think there is a reason for this. Perhaps they would say no, is because no, they do it as a day job. Truck coming up on there on the right hand side. You know, if you do it as a day job, then do you really want to kind of, you know, do it in the video world? Well, right, that yellow van's coming over, so I think we will indicate over right. We'll check right. Car there on the left, you bastard. Yeah, right, it's gone now. Let's have it. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't know. I can't really explain it, but I think if you drove trucks in real life, I don't know whether this would scratch the itch, because it just wouldn't be as good. And it's the same for me with bus games. So, like, I do enjoy the odd bus game from here time to time, but because I did it for 6 years in Birmingham city centre, I don't know if I want to do it in a video game. There is something really alluring about the open road on trucks, and, you know, and I've told the story about how I used to go out with my dad and that, you know. So that's kind of my reasoning. So for me, it would have to be a bloody good bus game for me to get involved in it, I think, because ultimately I want to do stuff that I'm enjoying, and I am enjoying this. Let's just put on some cruise. There's something about the open road and you know, an audio book, or, you know, just so you can be left to your thoughts. And with a bus game, you know, you're constantly, you know, getting tickets, start, stop, indicating mirrors, you know, and it doesn't really have the relaxing ethos that perhaps truck games do, in my book, you know. That's my opinion. So yeah, so unless something, you know, really, really special comes along, you know, but I used to drive the Alexander Dennis double-deckers yeah, it was really funny. I went up to Birmingham about 6 weeks ago, I think. Just watching this turning a second. Went up to Birmingham about 6 weeks ago to catch up with some friends, and went up to see the Ozzy Osbourne Museum, which was really cool. Hamburg, straight over it saying. Went up to catch up with some friends, but primarily went up for the Ozzy Osbourne Museum. And of all days that he died on my my dad's 10th anniversary of my dad's death. And of course my dad was a huge Ozzy fan, and my God, what day that was, 10 years of my dad passing, and then Ozzy passes on the same day. But the museum was great. It was quite a sombering kind of affair. And then I walked around Brindley Place, if you know Birmingham at all, and I went round to the Black Sabbath bench, and you could hear Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath music being played as I approached the bench. And it's just a shrine up there, man. It's just, the guy is, Black Sabbath's very cool, obviously he was kicked out the band, and, need to check this turning. And he went on to meet Randy Rhoads, of course, and, then had a hell of a career as a solo artist as well. And, he didn't always do good. I think, he might have cheated 1 or 2 times, but, at least he wasn't one of those 70s icons that was embroiled in bloody let's just check this a second, in any legal drama, so it's weird. See, so this is the problem. So it's got me coming off this junction, you see that there, it's got me coming off and then back on to the 7, but you'd think you'd come off and go into that town into 1, but for the most part we should be able to keep following our nose, shouldn't we? I don't see a problem with just keeping it straight. I'm just going to do that, I think. Right. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. It has got us going. Oh, we are in this lane. Oh, well, it looks like we are going to follow this then. So, a break in the road, and yeah, sometimes the roads are a little confusing here. I think we probably would have been absolutely fine if we took the left carriageway there. But anyway, I was talking about the Black Sabbath bench, and yeah, sort of stood there for a moment and sort of, paid my respects, and loads of people just coming up and standing and just having a moment. And everyone was so kind. They were like, oh, do you want me to take a picture? Do you want to get behind the bench and that? Everyone was just so kind. Let's go check right. See what we got. We've got a car there. Oh, he's coming up a bit too quick. Let's just have it where that truck is. Yeah, come across. And yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. And then I went to the pub, the nearest pub there, and I went in for a pint of Guinness, which is really cool. That's kind of my jam, pint of Guinness. And yeah, just sat and had a couple of pints, and then some rockers come in and everyone's just talking, and it's just it was just the coolest thing. It really was. I chatted to the bar staff and was like, you must get loads of rockers in now, and they were like, yeah, but I seen on my social feed the other day that Dave Mustaine, Megadeth. If you're not into your metal, I apologise for this little waffle. But Megadeth were up there, and up by the Aussie bench, sort of paying their respects there. And no, it's cool. It's cool. But I do love Birmingham. Lived there for just over 10 years. Right, I reckon it must be right, isn't it? Hamburg right, Hamburg straight. So it's saying we can do either. Let's just zoom in. I reckon we should probably trail off right here, don't you? Yeah, let's just check that right. Bloody cars. Come on, sunshine. Red car behind that one, but I'm going to pull it across after that car comes through. There you go. And yeah, so it was a cool experience. I was up there for maybe 3 days. I'm due to go back next year, probably more towards the summer now, I would have thought. Right, we'll take this right off here. But yeah, the game's looking good, you know, and this is one of the beauties about this game that Heavy Cargo doesn't have, is that, you know, the big open roads. Yet obviously they're you know, making grounds on Heavy Cargo. So Heavy Cargo will be coming up on Thursday. I try to keep these games on rotation, but they've run a little bit out of whack because there's so many bloody updates coming out for them. Right under here, red lights. Put in quite short a second. Oh, straight over here. But yeah, I was supposed to be, well, there's this guy in Birmingham that I always catch up with. Last time I was up there, just a couple of months ago, we had an Indian and we were talking about music. He's a musician, and he's a solo musician, and I also have an acoustic solo project, and we were supposed to be touring this year, and that was the plan. He has deep Irish roots, and we were going to do Belfast and Dublin, and yeah, just really cool. But it never really happened. My head wasn't in a good space. A bit of depression through this year. Much better now, I must add. I just took a bit of a dive, come off a bit of a couple of toxic jobs really, and it battered my mental health around a little bit. So if you are going through mental health issues, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, it's more common than you think. Turning right into here, and yeah, it's you know, I feel much better now. Not perfect by all means, but much better. And this channel has been, you know, an instrument of that as well. You know, it's nice to build something that you know, that I've become very proud of. It's nice to build a community, and so for the people that do stick around on Slow and Steady Gaming, and you know, I'm super appreciative in every video, and you know, it's such a cool thing. There's a lot of creators out there making stuff, and I'm sure they're equally as passionate and feel exactly the same with their community, and it's a wonderful thing. So you know, I am grateful to you if you're still listening to this part of the video. And yeah, as we come around for our last drop of the year, is it round here somewhere? There we go. But yeah, a little waffle as well as we pull into our final drop. And then I think we've got 2 hours 45 on the taco, so we're absolutely fine. I'm way overdue a cup of tea because it is super early. It's green, so we could probably pull it up there, couldn't we? Let's do it here. Okay, let's knock off the engine and knock down the lights. We probably could have some hazards on because we're in a bay. And right now, I was talking to you about this Tomb Raider puzzle last time. I got super confused because I thought you pull these things and you had to pull each one. Of course, we've only got the one on the back now, but no, if you touch one side, then it opens up both of them, which is a bit of a shame really, because I'd like to interact with every single one of them. So we can just touch this one. Let's touch this one up here, it'll be easier. Cool, that should be it. So we can walk to the office, which I spoke in the last one. It's a shame there's an office door down there. They could have put it in there. I wouldn't have minded the walk really. But we'll go here. Okay, it's still there. Perhaps it wasn't locked. They do bloody confuse me, I won't lie. There we go. Cool. So that is it. Our brand new trailer. We've only done 2 containers on the back, 2 little semi-containers, and that's it. That's the last drop of the year in my beautiful truck. Hopefully we'll get this truck upgraded this year. I think so. Let's jump in. Let's go and park up. Ignition. We're running on some running daylights, and yeah. But thank you for joining me on these on the road, heavy cargo, Alaskan, you name it, truck and logistics. It's been an absolute pleasure to to drive these games throughout the year. It's a huge passion of mine, and got me. I was out of work, obviously. For those that know, I was out of work in March through till September, and I was like, my partner was like, "You're gonna have to go back on the coaches." I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can deal with people." So I was very much looking at taking my heavy goods, but I'm back working remotely now, so I'm quite happy where I am. I'm just gonna try and get this square a second. Hold on. Okay, let's pull it on in. I think handbrake on, that will do. We'll take off our hazards. Lights down. And I think we'll grab some sleep. But no, it's been an amazing year, and that is a wrap. Well, is it? I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for sticking around, for being part of the SAS crew. If you are subscribed, if you're not subscribed and you kind of like your trucks, bikes and horses, then maybe this is the channel for you. Until next time, take good care of yourself, stay safe, keep warm, and I'll see you soon. Bye.